This is College Football Final, powered by Pontiac.
In a season that started with mystifying upsets, why not end with a stupefying one? West Virginia, looking for a spot in the national championship game, just had to win the backyard brawl against Pittsburgh, came in 4-7. Pat White hurts his thumb on this play in the second quarter, comes out of the game, and in the third quarter, came out in street clothes. Vaughn Rivers returning the kick. Pittsburgh was down 7-3. West Virginia's Vaughn Rivers is stripped from behind. Panthers would score a touchdown on the ensuing drive. And later in the third, they're driving again with Sean McCoy. They call him Shady. And boy, he's the real Shady, Mayday.
Shady and shifty and takes it in for the score, a 13-yard touchdown, but
an egregious holding call, Lou, on Derek Turner on the side. But Pittsburgh's defense would not be denied. Jarrett Brown in for White, fumbled, led to a field goal, Pitt up 13-7. Pat White now testing the thumb. Fourth quarter, 13-7 game. Noel Devine is loose, Lou.
He's just an explosive athlete. Right after Pitt took the lead, tremendous run back. Puts him in position on the 33-yard line.
And Pat White is into the game. A Willis Reed moment for the West Virginia leader. On the ensuing drive, he stopped short on 3rd and 5. 4th and 3, curious call, and Slayton is stuck. 9 carries, 11 yards. 11 yards for the star Mountaineer tailback. Sean McCoy on 3rd and 4 gets the first down. The second mystifying holding call.
I guess he played. You see at the top of the screen, his hands are inside. I can't see it, but the official did after he got the first down.
Official needs to go to the optometrist. Fired, complete, White, Darius Reynaud, 20-yard gain. Next play from the 33. Patrick White trying to save his team and save national championship hopes across the yellow line. First down, but now on 3rd and 10. Perhaps it's the thumb. Bobbles the snap and gets sacked for a loss of 7, and now West Virginia's title dreams down to a 4th and 17. White looking for West Lions, and it is not close. And the high-powered Mountaineer offense, which had cut Pittsburgh to pieces the last couple of years, gets nothing. Pittsburgh pulls the stunner in the backyard brawl. 13-9 the final. West Virginia done in the national title hope chase. 3 turnovers on the night for the Mountaineers, and the Pittsburgh defense was stout throughout, and they broke Rodriguez's heart.
I thought we were ready, and we had a great week of practice, and obviously we just weren't quite clicking. And picked a bad time to play our worst game offensively in years. And but I'm still proud of them. I still won the championship and still going to BCS Bowl. But sometimes life throws a little adversity, and we're going to have to respond from it.
You can hear the pain in Rodriguez's voice, and it has been a bizarre coincidence throughout the season, particularly since early October. The number 2 team in the country since then, 2-7. 6 of the losses to Earth. Sooners trying to insert themselves. That led to a touchdown, 21-14, and then Daniel is picked off by Curtis Lofton, the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year, who scored a touchdown, a fumble return in the regular season game against Missouri. And Bradford looking for Jermaine Gresham. Leads the nation in touchdown receptions by a tight end. There is another one. Touchdown Oklahoma. Now it is a 2-touchdown edge. Bradford, Joe John Finley, another tight end. And Oklahoma pulled away with this thing. 11 touchdown catches for Gresham. Daniel had his first game, as Lou mentioned, without a touchdown pass. Now it's now dating back 17 games. The loss last year against Oklahoma. And for all of the crazy things we've had happen this year, this is the first time in the BCS era that we've had number 1 and number 2 both lose on the final day of the season. So we have chaos. We won't have Mizzou. We do have Chris Fowler and the guys in San Antonio.
Well, it's why we love the sport. I mean, there's no sport like it. There's no season like it in the history of the sport. And why should it be any different on the final weekend of the season? The 13th time a top 5 team loses to an unranked team. That's West Virginia. Here, of course, the story is Oklahoma winning the Big 12 title for the 5th time in 8 years. Very difficult to do, and I guess they would join the conversation. Missouri goes down. West Virginia goes down. Let's start with the Tigers here. The second time this season, they got dominated after halftime by Oklahoma.
Well, there's no question. If you look at it from the sideline, the best looking football team was Oklahoma. The best team up front on both sides was Oklahoma. Kirk, they just beat them up front. They hit him in the mouth, kept hitting the mouth, and pretty soon the depth wore Missouri down. Chase Daniel tried hard, but there's no comparison.
There's two things to me that stood out in this football game. And we talked about coming into the game, which team would execute in the red zone. Missouri held mostly to field goals in the red zone. Oklahoma capitalized, scored touchdowns. And the other thing, again, Curtis Lofton, the linebacker from Oklahoma. We saw it the first time these two teams got together. He made a play, and tonight he was all over the football field, not only chasing down Chase Daniel, but coming up with a huge interception when the ball was thrown high off the hand of Martin Rucker. He's right there again, always in the right spot at the right time, making plays for the Sooners, getting the ball back. And how about Sam Bradford? All this talk about Chase Daniel, Sam Bradford played a great game tonight as well.
Freshman sure did. By the way, Missouri held under 30 for the first time, as you see the Sooners caressing that Big 12 championship trophy. They're off to the Fiesta Bowl once again. They first lost to Boise State, want to beam themselves down there after last year's loss. But, you know, Missouri.
11 a.m. on ESPN. College Football Final is powered by Pontiac. Vote now for the Pontiac Game-Changing Performance of the Year at ESPN.com, keyword Pontiac. And in part by Old Mutual. The thinking is new. The name is Old Mutual.
But Brennan coming back, finding Jason Rivers made
A nice job by the offensive line protecting. But look at the arm on Colt Brennan. I didn't think he had that strong an arm. Zings in it right in there.
Rivers, Grice, Mullen, Bess, all in the top 20 in the nation in virtually every major receiving category. Rivers hauling in another touchdown, and Hawaii roaring back, all of a sudden getting into a 28-4 ACC championship game. Virginia Tech and Boston College, winner headed to the Orange Bowl first quarter. You see the Eagles of Jeff Jagodzinski running onto the field. Tyrod Taylor, ball winds up in the hands of Thorpe finalist Jamie Silva, who houses it. BC up 7-0. Second quarter, BC up 10-7, and Matt Ryan showing the wheels, Lou.
He does. He does a good job of stranding here. Once again, it just shows when you're in a shotgun, a running quarterback presents a lot of problems.
I'll tell you something that really turned this game, though. BC had the extra point block. Virginia Tech returned it for 2. Sean Glennon right before the half. Josh Hyman, Glennon's second touchdown pass, and what BC had dominated this game up to this point, and instead of having a lead, they were tied at halftime. Now in the fourth quarter, Glennon right down the seam to Eddie Royal. Royal match up with the Thorpe finalist. Silva got twisted around. Virginia Tech 23-16. You know, Matt Ryan led the late 2 drives in Blacksburg to break Virginia Tech's heart in the regular season. But this time, Ryan has the pass tipped. Xavier Adibi, pick 6. Virginia Tech, the ACC champions. Hokies headed to the Orange Bowl, 30-16. They beat Boston College. UCLA and USC. Trojans needed a win to go to the Rose Bowl. First quarter, it is scoreless. The Trojan defense getting it done. Marquis puts it on the ground, and Keith Rivers there to recover, Mark.
Nice job by Keith Rivers, a heads-up play. One of the best linebackers in the country.
Best set of linebackers, many believe, in the country belong to Pete Carroll's Trojans. Joe McKnight, one of the top freshmen in the country, dancing in to put USC up 7-0. Then it was Chauncey Washington. Those two guys combined for 160 yards on the ground as SC has turned into a power running team that really relies on its defense to win games. Patrick Cowan to Dominique Johnson. That's as good a catch as we've seen all year.
Oh, without a doubt. He goes up, and just a nice drive by UCLA just before the half to get on the scoreboard.
But John David Booty finding Fred Davis for the touchdown, and the big tight end who's improved his stock this year, USC 24-7. They are headed to the Rose Bowl. Oregon and Oregon State. Dennis Dixon on Senior Day introduced to the crowd. 1:09 to go, 35-yard field goal attempt, and Oregon's Walter Thurman comes through and blocks it. We are tied at 28. Home team has won the last 10 in this one, and the men in the fluorescent colors hanging in. Now a 53-yard field goal attempt. Oregon trying to take the lead. Matt Evanson missed it wide right, but there is a flag on the play. See, we're under a half minute to go here. Evanson is trying to win the game. Personal foul. So now under 20 seconds to go, and Justin Robert takes a knee to get in the middle of the field, one of the young quarterbacks that Bellatti's been forced to play with all of the injuries. So now Ducks rush the field goal unit on. Evanson counts the guys. He's got to get set. Kick, kick, kick. 5, 4, 3. They got the snap, place, hold, kick. Oh! Just off, and we're going to overtime. In fact, we went to double overtime. 1st and 10 from the 25 for the Beavers. James Rogers got the corner. Somebody lost contain. Oregon State 38-31. Ensuing Ducks possession, 4th and 1. Jonathan Stewart. Oh, he hesitated just a moment, and Oregon State with top rush defenses all season long, #1 in the nation against the run, stuffed him. Oregon State wins 38-31. Arizona and Arizona State. Rudy Carpenter, Tyrese Thompson. That was Tebow-esque, Lou.
Very, very nice, but it doesn't matter. Overhand, underhand, it's a touchdown.
Carpenter for Chris McGahey.
Oh,
He caught the backside of the ball. That takes skill.
unbelievable body control. Look at the athleticism, comes back over the body.
Unbelievable.
Come on. And in bounds. Great catch. Led to a field goal. How did you not score a touchdown after that catch? Carpenter to Michael Jones, and Arizona State was pushed by Mike Stoops' team. Erickson wins it, 10-2. They're in line perhaps for a BCS bid. 20-17, the Sun Devils beat the Wildcats. College.
The story of Santa's revenge begins with great deals from Alltel Wireless on a free razor or a motor rocker and 50 free songs. But these boys tried to stop Alltel.
Goodbye forever, Jack.
They even spare Santa's hot tub. But they're working it off.
Rock the holidays with a Moto Rocker and 50 free songs or a free razor, only from Alltel Wireless.
Conference USA Championship game, Tulsa and UCF, University of Central Florida, and the Golden Knights star running back Kevin Smith of UCF put on a show. 284 yards and 4 touchdowns. All you have to know about his season for the nation's leading rusher, 2,448 yards for single season. He sits between Barry Sanders, who had the best, and Marcus Allen, who was third. What do you like about Kevin Smith?
Oh, he's tough, he's durable, and the people at UCF and Central Florida and the whole state cannot understand why he doesn't get the publicity he deserves. He's a great back. He does it week in and week out.
They don't like the fact that he's not up for the Doak Walker anymore either. What do you think of him, Mark?
Well, he should be because he has it all. He's got the total package here. He runs for a 74-yard touchdown, even with the face mask on the play. But what's great about him, he's got vision, he's got speed. And the thing is, when he hits the hole, he's going to make positive yards. He's a complete package running back.
UCF champions, Conference USA 44-25. By the way, 415 rushing attempts next. One of the great spectacles in all of college football, Army and Navy meeting for the 108th time. Navy trying to win 6 in a row in the series. That has never been done. It's a 7-3 Navy lead, and after the Army field goal, Reggie Campbell is gone. Perhaps, guys, he's running all the way to the San Diego County Credit Union Poinsettia Bowl.
And that's a good bowl to be.
It'll be the first bowl of the bowl season. We'll be there. Navy's going to be there. Navy's going to be there for the winning streak against Army. The option pitch, Reggie Campbell going in. Navy wins it 38-3 to finish off an 8-4 season, and they await their opponent in the Mountain West Conference. Cal and Stanford, the 25th anniversary of the play, the kickoff return that Stanford people believe should never happen. Jim Harbaugh getting his first taste of the rivalry. TC Ostrander to Mark Bradford, who caught the winning touchdown pass against USC. Stanford takes the early 7-0 lead. Later in the first, Nate Longshore to Robert Jordan made
And a nice pass by Longshore, but look at Jordan wide open with a post pattern touchdown. Cal.
Third quarter, still 13-10 Stanford. Tavita Pritchard, Austin Gunder, The Cardinal up 20-10. Fourth quarter, Nate Longshore, who's really had his struggles in the fourth quarter. The pick. Harbaugh thrilled. Stanford wins the big game 20-13. All season long, we've brought you the nominees and the winners for the Pontiac Game-Changing Performance of the Week. But it's the postseason now. It's the Pontiac Game-Changing Performance of the Year. All of the game-changing performances of the week are nominees, but we have picked out a few that we are especially fond of. Here they are right now.
Gensel ready. Snaps good. The whole kick. Oh! The kick is good. The Mountaineers are going to try to take it back to the big house. 30, 20, 50. Wow! The Mountaineers have just beat the Michigan Wolverines.
Corey Lynch blocked Michigan's 37-yard field goal attempt in the last seconds of the game to preserve Appalachian State's victory over Michigan.
Pritchard has the snap. He drops back. He's going to throw that lob. Bradford jumps up. He caught it. Touchdown! Touchdown! Mark Bradford!
Hey, that wasn't a game-changing performance. That was a season-changing performance for USC. That loss to Stanford probably keeping the Trojans out of the national title game.
Laterals it back to Curry at the 35. They're running out of spaces. Curry fakes. He's going to lateral it to Tomlin. Tomlin's got a chance to go. Tomlin's got a chance to go. He laterals it. Now he's going to go to Maddox. Maddox at the 30-yard line. And now it's a lateral. And Curry's still going.
No way.
Curry's
no way.
He goes.
It's a touchdown. It's a touchdown.
Curry scores. The game is over. Curry scores. Curry scores on the lateral. Curry scores. The Tigers lateraled him and kept lateraling. And the game is over. The Tigers win.
Guys, Trinity versus Millsaps, I think we have a winner.
You know, that plays nothing if not for the
keyword Pontiac.
Suitable for framing and the prize for winning a helmet sticker. No bootleg copies allowed. It is the t-shirt that goes to the winning school. Let's hand out some helmet stickers, fellas.
Well, my first helmet sticker goes to Kevin Smith, the running back from Central Florida. The reason why is he had 248 yards and 4 touchdowns in their Conference USA Championship game over Tulsa with the victory, and he's the nation's leading rusher with 2,448 yards on the season.
And mine goes to Dan Lefebvre, the quarterback for Central Michigan. Rushed for 170 yards, became the second player in the history of the NCAA to rush for 1,000 yards, pass for 3,000 yards same season. The only other guy, Vince Young.
Sometimes it's a moment that gets you a helmet sticker. That happens for Jonathan Zenon of LSU. His pick six in the fourth quarter, pick of Eric Ainge, and the go-ahead touchdown against Tennessee helped LSU win the SEC championship and maybe have a chance to win a lot more.
Oh, Joe Clearmont, hail to Pitt, baby. 2.5 tackles for losses, 2 forced fumbles in the upset victory of West Virginia, holding them to 104 yards, the lowest amount of rushing yards in 6 years for the Mountaineers.
And Luke Lippincott, the running back for Nevada, had over 100 yards, 5 touchdowns, led Nevada to their win today to become bowl eligible.
And how about Audric Adger of Florida International? He had 4 sacks in Florida International's victory over North Texas. Why is that significant? Because the Florida International losing streak of 23 consecutive games came to an end. It was the nation's longest. Adger getting the 4 sacks in his final game in the final college game played at the Orange Bowl. We're going to try to sort out all the BCS stuff on the Bowl Selection Special on ESPN Sunday night, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. You say LSU should play for the title against Ohio State.
I suggest it. I don't vote. It's up to the people.
You say Oklahoma.
Oklahoma deserves it.
Wait.
Complain. The second there's an incomplete, he says, all right, let's go back to the way we're supposed to be doing this, guys. He only gets upset when there's incompletions. Third down, they need to take it to the 48.5-yard line of Washington. Huskies still lead it, 28-21. Blitz coming off the corner. Brennan steps up, throws it, has it complete at the 40-yard line, and it's Bryce Muller. Rayford coming with a great deal of pressure. Cesar could not get there quite in time.
Well, and this is exactly what June Jones is talking about when the NFL coaches, when their season is over and they come to start watching film, they'll see plays like this. He hung in there, worked the pocket, goes sideways,
eyes downfield the whole time. Notice how he never looked at the rush. His eyes were always down the field, and the good ones feel the rush. They don't have to look at it.
Well, it's a first down, and they have spotted it at the 40-yard line of the Huskies. Going to go long, deep over the middle. Has a man. Touchdown, Jason Rivers. Jason Rivers has really had himself a good ball game tonight, and he is reminding me of exactly what the other two wide receivers talked about, and that is to be selfless. Because as you mentioned, he has been very quiet and very selfless in this game, but he's in double figures on receiving of touchdown passes.
And now you're sitting here with a tied ball game, and that was one of the first times that Colt Brennan has had a really good pocket to stand in. That took a while to get going, and he found Rivers. Ended up one-on-one on Darren Harris, a safety. And how many times have we seen tonight this offense likes to pick on safeties, because you don't expect when you end up in a one-on-one situation. Rivers is just gonna, he sees the safety, stay to the inside. Did you see how he all of a sudden straightened out his route? He's running his route based on what Harris, the safety, does. Harris was late getting over the top, so you straighten it out. Brennan sees the same thing and cannot throw a better ball than that. Dropped it right into his lap.
Well, that's a great example of watching him read as the play developed, and he and the quarterback, that's how these veteran receivers at Hawaii are totally on the same page with Colt.
And Washington better be ready for this crowd when they come back on offense. I think they should leave Locker under center, put Rankin in there, and run downhill at Hawaii and try to get some of this momentum back. Awfully close, and it was that close. Wonder if you just leave your laundry in your pocket. And think about what that punt gives the ball back to Hawaii with all of the things that they have on the line.
Hawaii trying to become the third non-BCS team to make it to a BCS bowl game. Of course, Utah, a couple of plays when it finally comes his way. He's not pouting at all. You talked about that selfless nature. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it's first down at the Washington 36. Brennan, other side, throws it complete. This time it is Rivers. And Rivers thrown down just short of the first down marker.
I think Washington should take a timeout. This is the first time tonight that Colt Brennan has looked completely in his groove. I know he hit 20 passes in a row, but he never looked like he was totally comfortable. He has that vibe now where you see him when he's scary good. That throw to Rivers could not have been better. He knew exactly when Rivers was going to stop, and the ball was on him right when he turned around. He's in great rhythm.
Now that's Bess in motion. Second down, and they need actually less than a yard. Brennan looking. Now throws. Got it complete inside the 20. That's Rivers.
I think Washington should use a timeout here. It's almost like basketball when things start going the wrong way. Listen, you got pressure. Brennan moves out, and not only does he find the receiver, but he throws it to a place where Rivers can catch it, stay in bounds, spin back in, and try to get extra yardage. I mean, Brennan he's a laser right now, and you have to do something. Give your defense a little bit of a rest because they're on their heels completely.
Well, they give the ball to Libre. Libre turns the corner. He's at the 5 and goes out of bounds at the 4. Forrester defensively for Washington.
Well, and now if all of a sudden Colt Brennan shook his head, ran out to the field. Well, let's see what they decided upon.
Jack, his numbers 41 of 49, 437 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And he would love to add one more TD to that total tonight. Brennan throws it, has it complete. 2, 1, touchdown, Hawaii. Grace Mellon. Yesterday, when we visited with the receivers, one of them made the comment that when we asked about Colt Brennan, he said, "Oh, don't worry, he is Prince of the Islands." Probably got a pretty good idea why tonight with 5 touchdown passes, coming back from 21 points down. This game is not over. But boy, has he ever done his part as far as not only making up the difference, but being a clutch performer.
And that's what Heisman voters needed to see. If you were considering, and we're all, Jack, you, myself, we're all Heisman voters, this is the type of stuff you need to see. Big games, the most important game of his career, of the entire state of Hawaii. As far as football, college football, nice job. A little bit of a pick there by Devon Best, but you end up again with a safety trying to cover one of those receivers. Forrester is the guy trying to get over there. And it's just a mismatch. But this is what, if you were thinking about putting Colt Brennan on your ballot 1, 2, or 3, this is what you needed to see.
44 seconds. Huge piece of real estate on the vertical route by the tight end, just right down the gut.
Good job of Washington getting into position and not losing any time once it's set.
28 seconds, now 27. Blitz off the corner. Locker, they picked it up for him. Going deep, got the big man, and it's caught. Caught by Marcel Rece, and he is out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Myron Newberry is the guy who forced him out of bounds.
And one of the first throws in several games, long throws by Jake Locker that were not overthrown. He actually slightly conference watching this game, and all of the mid-majors watching this game. The Sun Belt Conference USA all rooting for Hawaii. And here's Washington with a chance, no timeouts, 12 seconds.
Greg McMacken is still out there, just now leaving the field. 2nd down and goal. The ball is 6.5 yards away from the end zone. Locker drops the throw, got a man, and he throws it. Intercepted. Mutan. Hawaii is going to go 12-0. They're also going to get a penalty for celebration, but right now they don't care.
Number 1.
Now some of the fans coming out of the stands. This ball game is not over. And what's more important to the fans, let your team celebrate. They're the ones that have earned this situation. The fans should honor and respect that situation. Stay in the stands and applaud them. It's not about them jumping around acting crazy.
Well, and Jake Locker did not throw a bad ball here. Marcel Rece did not catch it clean, and it was the inside foot actually kicked it up in the air and kept the ball alive for Mutan to come in and make the interception. But if he catches that ball clean, he wins it.
Colt Brennan and the reaction.
I should say he ties it if they get the extra point, but that ball was pretty well thrown by Jake Locker. But Colt Brennan could only sit and watch after a masterful drive. And the young freshman across the way made it very interesting.
3 seconds showing on the clock. That's what we have left in the ball game. Hawaii with a 35-28 lead. All they need to do is have Colt Brennan take a knee, and this will be a perfect season for them.
And this needs to be the point made. Hawaii is the only undefeated team left in the football bowl subdivision. All arguments out the window. They deserve to go to a BCS bowl game. I believe they will. I think the BCS is going to shake out with what happened today. But these guys, the season they've played, and Washington's a better team given credit for it. They deserve it.
Here comes the snap. Brennan takes it, goes to a knee, 2 seconds, 1 second. This one is history. And Washington What a valiant effort by the Huskies tonight, but they lose it by 7, and Hawaii goes 12-0. And now we await the decision tomorrow by the BCS to see if an invite will come to the islands, and if so, where they will go. It has been hinted that if they won this ball game tonight, that New Orleans and the Sugar Bowl probably would be their destination.
Things shake up a little bit because it looks like now the Rose Bowl is going to lose Ohio State. LSU back in the mix could end up in that top 2 position, as crazy as that sounds. So they may lose the Sugar Bowl. So that'll change some of the at-larges, but it does look most likely. First of all, I think Hawaii does finish in the top 12, which is what it takes as a non-BCS school to get in.
Okay, Jackaroot, once again, our final score is 35-28, Hawaii winning over Washington. For more in tonight's game, tune into ESPN News for a post-game extra. For Ed Cunningham and Jackaroot, I'm Ron Franklin saying so long from Honolulu, Hawaii. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sport. And an encore presentation of Friday's Fresno State, New Mexico State game. Hawaii comes from 21 points down to win it. Final again. Warriors 35 and the Huskies 28. So long, everybody.
Welcome to ESPN.
Student.org to find out how.
2:56 to go till the half. Excellent field position to start this possession for Delaware, in dire need of a score. Trailing 21-0 with the national championship on the line. Delaware looking for its 7th in school history, its 2nd at the FCS level. Joe Flacco trying to set up a screen, it appeared. Omar Cuff is back. Later this month, he will marry Rece Graham, the granddaughter of the evangelist, the Reverend Billy Graham.
He's got great vision and feel for the game. Right there, a great angle on the open field tackle on Cuff.
And likely has an NFL future. Mark Duncan, the catch at the 25-yard line. Jerome Touchstone made the tackle. There's Rece Graham. His dad, Franklin Graham, will be married near Asheville, North Carolina, where the Grahams hail on New Year's Eve. Corey Look out. Flacco hit as he threw. It's up for grabs. It is caught. And there's a flag now. No signal if it was inbounds or out of bounds from the officials. Now they signal out of bounds. Cortez Gilbert had the coverage.
Mark Duncan right there does a good job of going up. And you might make an argument that his right foot was in bounds. The head linesman's running down to cover the side judge because he's looking at the interference.
And they're too busy throwing the flag to make it to see if it was a catch and should be a touchdown. And I think you're right. He might have had that 1 foot down. It's just tough to tell that he had the ball while that 1 foot was in bounds.
So the right foot looks down. Now the ref did not signal, the side judge did not signal whether it was a catch or not. The head linesman came in and ruled it incomplete, but there's the catch and the right foot. Now the question is, was the ball in his hands in possession when the right foot was on the ground in the end zone?
Delaware scores a touchdown. The penalty is declined. The Delaware's tried the 3-yard line.
That's why they have the review booth in play. The proper
the
call.
Delaware folks feel like they should have had that touchdown a few plays ago, and the one that got called back for offensive pass interference. And another big, and the extra point is good by John Strajewski. A much needed score for Delaware as we approach the half. 1:10 to go. 21-7 for the Mountaineers.
Strength of Ramani Edwards, the vision down the field, not panicking to run, staying in the pocket to throw.
Edwards going deep. One-on-one coverage. It's caught. It'll be a touchdown for Dexter Jackson. No flags.
You heard it said. No substitute for speed. Dexter Jackson does a great job of keeping his balance, fights off the defender. Concentration. Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games.
Marvin McKinney at the coverage. The kick is good by Julian Roush. But Dexter Jackson had only one catch last week, but we saw his blazing speed on that catch. It was a 52-yard catch and run, most of it on the run as he went across the field to score that touchdown. And this one is a 60-yard score. The momentum for Delaware did not last very long, just 26 seconds for the touchdown for the Mountaineers.
For the very best of what was a wacky season, our plays of the year.
Yard field goal. This is it. Snaps good. The whole. Oh, kick! Oh! The kick is. Oh! The Mountaineers have just beat the Michigan Wolverines.
Here comes Deshaun, shake and bake, dancing off to the right. Look at this guy, the wizard of return. A one-hand grab up in the air. How do you do?
He's going to go deep this time. He's got a man out there and got him in perfect stride. Brian Paysinger pacing down the sideline. Touchdown, Oregon.
We're going to win next week. There's no question in my mind. I guarantee we win next week. I'm going to get this team ready. Guaranteed. I'll get this team ready.
Woodson from the gun. Step it up. He's throwing deep down the near sideline. He's got Justin. 20, 10, 5, touchdown! Kentucky! Wow!
There's a snap. Now it's a fake and a flip over to David, and he is going to score. Holy cow, what a play! What about that, old ball coach?
White to throw. Under pressure. Hit as he throws. Picked off. It's Ben Moffitt. He's going to run it to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown! USF! Snap. Put down. The kick is up. It is on its way. And it is good! Good! As time expires, Bedlam here in Boulder as the Buffaloes have upset number 3 Oklahoma.
The kick is long enough. The kick is gone. Good! See you later, alligator. Tigers win.
Dixon, Colgan. Touchback. Bradford jumps up. He caught it. Touchdown! Stanford 24. Trojans 23.
40 and a half points, baby. 40 and a half points. You did it. You did it. That feel good.
Woodson, pump fake. He floats it. Man wide open. Got it! Touchdown! Kentucky! Flynn turns. Leaves it with Scott. No! Hit at the 16. He did not get it! Victory! Kentucky! And number 1 goes down.
Riley takes the snap out of the gun. Riley is pressured. Riley on the run. Riley inside the 10. Riley is thrown down, and the clock will run. 5 seconds. They're trying to get the field goal unit out. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 1 second. The game is over. And the Beavers are defeated. Number 2, California. Spot. It's a fake. DePaula rolls out to the right. Throws right. Foot block. He's in. Touchdown, Rutgers. And the Thursday Night Magic strikes again.
And Flynn is back to throw. End zone goal.
Chased by Ellis now. Ryan throwing to the end zone for Callender. Touchdown!
He drops, he looks, he splashed, he gets the pass away. Oh, picked off, intercepted by Geno Hayes. He's going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Florida State.
96. The Illini have defeated number 1.
Harrell throwing right side, end zone open is Crabtree. Touchdown, Red Raiders.
It's over. Arizona takes out number 2. And just like that, the field is a sea of red.
The border belongs to the Tigers.
San Antonio, here we come.
Into the end zone. The pass is intercepted. Arkansas wins the ball game. The Razorbacks have beaten the number 1 team in the country. They have ended LSU's hopes for a national championship.
Memphis in Florida.
Welcome back, everybody, to the R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl. Florida Atlantic leading Memphis 7-0 after a very impressive-looking opening drive by the Owls out of Boca Raton, Florida. Rusty Smith to Charles Pierre for the touchdown a few moments ago before we went to commercial break. And now it's going to be Memphis's turn to try and answer.
Mark, their should, which is 3rd in the nation. Go Owls and send the Tigers to the moon.
Well, that looked like a moonshot and a rocket of a pass, complete once again by Martin Hankins. That one picking up 21 yards.
And that's on.
They move the chains. TJ Pitts now in the backfield. Hankins out to the edge. Singleton with the catch, and you can't miss Singleton, all 6'9" of him. And he picks up another first down, Bob, after a 17-yard pickup. There we see one is Jones at 6'4". Calipari might want to get those guys on the basketball team. Doss on the handoff, and Doss finally hauled down at the 12-yard line. So both offenses come out.
Lead of the year in Memphis coming out of high school. In fact, they retired his high school jersey, which doesn't happen many times this soon in your career. He's only a sophomore.
And Bobby came into this game just 150 yards shy of 1,000 for the season. The backs line up out of the eye. Hankins pulls the trigger. Touchdown. Brett Russell, the tight end, wide open. And Hankins with his 23rd touchdown pass of the season, the 41st of his career.
You're going to watch the tight end, Russell, right here, come on the crossing route. Little bit of a play action freezes the linebackers, and this thing comes wide open, Mark. I'm going to tell you right now, it is a shootout.
The meter's running, huh?
In the Superdome.
Reagan in for the extra point for the Tigers. And we've played just a little bit over 5 minutes, folks. 5:40, 14 points on the board. Blink at your own risk. Plenty of points.
Available on ESPN HD, presented by Pioneer Kuro HD TV. And welcome back. The New Mexico Bowl just set to kick off as we welcome the 3rd member of our crew on the sidelines, Dave Ryan.
All right, Dave, thanks a lot.
Brett Jekyll, a junior from Las Vegas, has it teed up. Marcus Smith awaits the opening kick of the New Mexico Bowl, and it will come down inside the 5 to Smith from the 2. Terrific wide receiver, returns this one up the middle and almost reaches the 30-yard line, return of 26 yards. And now today's starting lineup, presented by Samsung Mobile. And for the Lobos, 100 yards on the ground this year, and Baker has right now 300, averaging 3.4 per carry.
Oh, big difference. You're talking about replacing a 230-pound back with a 190-pounder.
And the first pass for Donovan Portery is complete. Very short yardage. Travis Brown, and let's
the key guys in the secondary. Go Pack.
And the Lobos with a 3rd down and 6. Portery well protected, complete over the middle. Marcus Smith will not be caught. 3rd play of the game, touchdown Lobos. 66 yards. Longest play of the season for Smith, senior from San Diego. and the top receiver in the Mountain West Conference this year.
And Donovan Porter, he did a great job of being patient in the pocket and waiting for Smith to clear the zone. And once he cleared the zone, he put the ball in the perfect spot for him. It's a great job in the pocket by Donovan Porter.
Fourth touchdown catch of the year. First team All Mountain West selection. And a very typical Marcus Smith catch and run. Most of the damage he does this year after the catch. All-America place kicker John Sullivan adds the extra point just like that.
Porter, he had plenty of
What's next? Hawaii in the Sugar Bowl.
And this image just keeps getting prettier by the moment. Look at that. Pearl Harbor, and on the left of the Arizona, USS Missouri. Unbelievable history behind it. Surrender terms signed by the Japanese. Douglas MacArthur was there back World War II and now prominently sits here at Pearl Harbor. Looks like a made-up postcard shop, doesn't it?
Stunning beauty here on the island of Oahu. You don't want to leave.
Do you really have to leave? Yeah, I think we do. They won't pay for us to stay. Tharp under pressure gets it away. Did the arm come forward? That's the question. They're scrambling as if it's a fumble, and I think it is. Zach's.
East Carolina defensively came into this game saying that it was a must. We've got to get an extra defender up on the line of scrimmage. We cannot allow Boise State to control things on the ground.
A dump over the middle, complete to Pettis, spins away, and get another first down. Flag back, 1,030 yards on the season. And the IBM 25 greatest players in college football history. Herschel Walker, number 3. So Pettis active in this second half along with Taylor Tharp.
I like Taylor Tharp's toughness, and he's made a couple mistakes in this game. The interception, but it wasn't for a lack of effort. And Jeremy Childs, who was forced to stay home with the suspension.
First and goal just inside the 10. Gonna run it. Titus Young, can he get to the corner? Cuts back to the 1.
Tight end, and Putnam a nice job leading with his block.
At the goal line, touchdown. DJ Harper spun his way to 6. The freshman from Cypress, Texas.